Hi, it's Maggie, the Irish Gypsy, here to bring you your November 2021 mid-month general readings. We are looking at the last 2 weeks of November, and this reading is for the air sign of Aquarius. Welcome, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. Thanks for taking the time to be here to watch this video. Your likes, shares, subscribes, all that you do in support of this channel. Thank you so much. For those of you who are celebrating the upcoming holiday of Thanksgiving, I want to wish you all a wonderful, safe, peaceful holiday. Yes, my background has changed. It's just temporary. I'm doing a little bit of traveling, but I'll be back by the time these post. It's always a little bit hit and miss when you travel with backgrounds. Okay, so Aquarius, this reading is for you for the last 2 weeks of November 2021. That's if your sun, moon, rising, or Venus sign is in Aquarius. It's also relevant if you're cross-watching for an Aquarian. Of course, it's a general reading, so it's always going to resonate a little differently for everyone. Watch all of your signs for any additional insight and perspective. And if you find that the reading does resonate with you and you'd like to reach out for a personal reading, perhaps take a deeper look at something for yourself or as a gift for someone else, you can click on the description link below, which will show you my email address, Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. Feel free to email me directly. I would be delighted to hear from you, and I can usually respond within the same day with more information. I do offer a wide variety of readings. And we are entering the holiday season, and personal readings do make great gifts for people, so something else to keep in mind. Okay, Aquarius, let's see what the last 2 weeks of November look like for you. I am using the Gilded Tarot. Okay. Aquarius, we begin with the Ace of Pentacles, new beginnings, with the Ten of Pentacles, long-term security and stability. We have the Five of Swords with the Six of Pentacles, Judgment with the Knight of Wands. Pretty significant decision made perhaps quite quickly. From the bottom of the deck, the overall energy for the last 2 weeks of November is the Six of Swords. It's a card of healing. Moving away from perhaps a difficult time, troubled, challenging times. If you could see the waters behind the boat, they would be very muddy and choppy and turbulent. But this is about moving into a better place, peaceful, more balanced, more harmonious. You're not quite to the shore and on solid ground yet, but you're definitely moving towards that. So it's a card of the healing process. We have, and so that's the focus for the last 2 weeks of November is healing. It's moving away from something difficult and into a better place. We have the Ace of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles. For many of you, this is probably about the earth energy area of your life because that's the biggest elemental energy. We have three Pentacles cards, which is earth energy, which usually governs the practical, earthly part of our life: money, finance, property, real estate, assets, or the efforts we put into gaining and maintaining the things that make us feel secure in our day-to-day life and the structure of our day-to-day life. We have the Ace of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles. So aces represent the number ones, new beginnings and opportunity, the start of a new path. So the Ace of Pentacles is the traditional card for new job, new project, moving, relocating. And with the Ace of Pentacles is the Ten of Pentacles, which every ace holds the potential for that, for the 10, which is the completion, the fulfillment of the suit. So the 10 of Pentacles is long-term stability and security, particularly financially and materially. It can also connect to home and family, family money, family home, family estate, family business. It could be starting a family business. It could be starting a business or starting a project that you hope will be quite financially lucrative for you, or just simply getting a new job, moving to a new job, either getting a new job or switching from one job to another job. And again, remember that it's healing. We're healing. So for some of you, this can be going from unemployment to getting a job, or it could be going from a job that isn't so great to a job that's better for you or that you hope is better for you, which kind of feels like the next set of cards because we have the Five of Swords here, which represents a hard-won victory, meaning that you can see that the person on this card has just finished some kind of battle of some kind. He's won. His enemies or foes or challengers are on the ground behind him, which sometimes represents that the winning process means that you also have to kind of separate yourself from certain people or relationships. He's gathered up all his opponent's swords, which means that he has effectively removed their ability to hurt him. He's still holding his own sword, so he's retained control, or he's gained back control. It's a hard-won victory because it hasn't been easy. He's a little bit wounded. He probably doesn't feel particularly victorious. It may have been a difficult battle, and the victory it may sometimes be kind of sad. But it's necessary. It can represent winning at all costs as well. Sometimes it's necessary. Sometimes it represents, looking at something, looking at a battle and asking yourself, is it really worth it? I think it is here, though, because the Five of Swords is over the Six of Pentacles, which is a card that represents looking at the giving and receiving, or the balance of giving and receiving. It's sometimes called the breadcrumb card because it shows somebody who has a lot to give. They're weighing out all of their wealth, everything that they have, all of their security, and they're periodically throwing pentacles out of the window at these waiting, grasping hands. But the hands they're not really actually shown as actual people, they're just hands. Sometimes this card, the artwork in this particular deck on the Six of Pentacles, reminds me of, walking by a panhandler or a homeless person and kind of, putting money in their cup without really looking at them. It can represent somebody who's in a position to give and give fairly and equitably, or give more, but they only give when and how it's convenient for them. So that's why it's sometimes called the breadcrumb card. It can represent giving just enough to keep the person alive, or just enough to keep the person there, but not enough for them to thrive. And this is being overcome. What this looks like, I think, for some of you is it can represent going from a place of not being employed to having a job. That's going to get you back on your feet again. But it also feels like for some of you, this is about leaving a job, or it could be another kind of situation where, you haven't been compensated fairly for what you have been given. And so even though it may be difficult, even though you may have to leave people behind, you're moving forward, and leaving this sort of breadcrumb, the have and have not kind of situation, in order to move into something new, which holds the promise of real long-term security and stability. And we have Judgment and the Knight of Wands here, which can imply that you may be doing it really quickly. Because Judgment represents being at a crossroads where you're called to make a decision. And depending on the decision you make, it could be potentially life-changing. But the consequences and outcome of whatever you choose here in this crossroads moment, this judgment moment, is typically long-lasting or permanent, meaning if this is an unhappy job situation or even relationship situation, and you make the decision to stay, that's probably where you're going to stay stuck for quite some time. If you make the decision to leave, which it looks like most of you are, make the decision to start something else, something new, to go towards a new opportunity, that's going to potentially change your life path in a better way. And the Knight of Wands with it represents doing it pretty quickly. The Knight of Wands, knights usually represent offers and opportunities coming in, opportunities for change. The Knight of Wands is the Knight of Fire, so he's one of the fastest of all of the knights. So it may be that you make this decision to move on really quickly, or it could be that the opportunity to make this new choice, take this new path, comes in very quickly, and you have to act on it very quickly. For example, it might be that you're looking for a job and you get offered a really great opportunity and you decide to take it, but the window of opportunity is pretty small, so you do it quite quickly. This is a good reading. I like this reading because it shows that even though there may be difficult aspects of moving from the old situation into the new situation, it's a much better path for you. And again, it's part of healing. It's part of getting yourself out of a difficult situation into a better situation. This is where it begins here. Let's clarify a little bit. Let's clarify the Six of Swords. for the overall energy. The Five of Pentacles, another Pentacles card, insufficiency and lack, often financial and material insufficiency and lack. It's kind of like the beggar card. It usually, depending on the tarot deck, but it usually depicts one or two people standing outside of a stable structure like a sanctuary or chapel of some kind. And the implication is that they're in need. They don't have enough because it's a card of lack, of not having enough. So this is what's clarifying your healing, the Six of Swords. So you're moving, I think for a lot of you, it's moving from a place of not having enough finances, money, material resources, all of that kind of stuff, and into a better place. You have a chance and an opportunity, which it looks like many of you are taking, to start something new, which is going to get you to a better place. Clarify the Five of Swords. The Two of Wands, because you decided to take action. You made a choice to take action. Clarify the Six of Pentacles, or you will be, you have the opportunity to make a choice to go for something better, whether you choose to take it or not. Again, free will, free agency, it's up to you. I feel like a lot of you do. Some of you might not. Clarify the Six of Pentacles. The Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment, abundance, getting what you want, getting everything that you need, which is not the Six of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles is only getting, giving, receiving a little bit here and there. But the Nine of Pentacles is truly what you want. So this is about going through something which might be challenging, intimidating, frightening, leaving something behind you which may have given you just enough to survive, but not really enough to thrive or be happy. And you're making the decision, even though it may be a difficult decision or a scary decision, to start something new which holds the promise of true abundance. And the opportunity is here. What are you going to do with it? Because I'm showing that the opportunity is in fact coming. Could be a life-changing one for you. Clarify the Knight of Wands. The Eight of Cups, which is leaving behind something which isn't fulfilling to go find your Nine of Cups, which is your wish fulfillment. The Seven of Swords, my sneaky thief card. This is a card about doing something undercover or something being concealed. Sometimes it can represent theft or lying or deception in a bad way, but I don't feel like it does here because it's a self-serving card, which we all do sometimes. The Seven of Swords can represent you're working in a job which doesn't pay you enough, or you don't like it, you're not being treated fairly. So you're looking for another job, but of course you don't tell the people you're working with or your boss that you're looking for another job. So you're keeping that undercover. This looks like kind of sneaking away in the middle of the night. Although for a job, this would be leaving quickly, perhaps only giving the shortest notice you can, or even no notice, because the opportunity to take this new path may be coming quite quickly, and so you don't have a lot of time in order to act here. But it's leaving quickly, maybe with not very much notice. For those of you for whom it isn't a job, I mean, it could be anything. I think for many of you, it's some kind of job or financial situation here. For others of you, it could be relationship or some other kind of situation in life where it's not fair. It's not even. It's not what you want. It's not fulfilling. It's not enough. So you're making the decision to take a new opportunity, to start a new path, perhaps quite quickly and without even really saying anything to anybody or waiting until the last minute. So it's a positive reading though. Any final messages, guidance, or advice for Aquarius for the last 2 weeks of November 2021? The Empress, new beginnings, fertility. The season is right. The Empress is the traditional Earth Mother maternal card, but it's also a card of fertility. Can sometimes represent physical fertility, but it represents that the time for conception is now. The season is right to plant the seeds to begin to grow another harvest that's going to be more fulfilling for you. The Devil and the Tower, this is This is breaking the cycle. This is breaking a negative, toxic cycle. It might have some tempting thread in there that keeps sucking you back in or that kept sucking you back in. But ultimately, it's about negative, obsessive cycles, and you're making the decision to break it, maybe quite radically. I mean, the Devil in the Tower and the Empress, this is making a major decision to, maybe in a pretty unexpected, profound way, to end a negative cycle and go off on a new path. Again, I get this sense that for many of you it's very unexpected, or it's perceived by other people as being very sudden and unexpected, but necessary. And it takes courage to do that. So kudos to you, Aquarius. So Aquarius, that is your reading for the last 2 weeks of November. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was helpful and useful. Again, if it resonated with you and you'd like to take a deeper look at something, reach out for a personal reading for yourself or even as a gift for someone else. Again, holiday seasons, they do make great gifts. Email me directly at Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. I'd be delighted to work with you. You can also get that information by clicking on that arrow, that description link below. I will see you all in a couple of weeks for the December general readings. Take care and stay safe until then. And again, for those of you celebrating the Thanksgiving holiday, have a peaceful, wonderful, safe, happy holiday. And I hope to see you back here again soon. Bye-bye.